Yo, 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 what's going on, my peoples? It's your boy Onte, and welcome to the Alpha Talk podcast. For the new people who's joining, for the new people who's watching my video, I am your host, Onte, aka my real name is Deontay, but I go by Onte, and yes, you are listening to the Alpha Talk podcast. And honestly, I am so glad to be back on this mic. As you can see, your boy finally took his little braids out. I got the hair all wavy, looking all nice and long and looking all luscious. You know what I'm saying? We prospering over here. I got one of my favorite shirts on. I'm feeling good. But I hope everybody that's listening and watching right now is feeling amazing, and I hope everybody is doing a wonderful job with whatever they're doing today. I only have 2 topics for you guys, so it might be like a long podcast. It might be a small podcast. So we don't know yet. I don't know yet. You guys don't know yet. But I will provide you guys with the most information that I have for today. And today is going to be a wonderful episode. So for the people who don't know out there, we're on episode 46 of the Alpha Talk era. So we are on episode 46. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and hop in for the topics today. And the number one topic that I have is no regrets. And the reason why I want to talk about this topic, and the reason why I think I should provide it with everybody else, is because like this past like month, and even in the last week's episode, I told you guys like I've been having like very, very rough weeks. Like a lot of people probably dealing with sickness, like whatever it is. Like a lot of people now are starting to get sick because it's flu, like the weather's changing, like it's just crazy everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like things right now are all up in the mix of things. So it's just crazy because the reason why I say like I don't want to talk about no regrets is because like you can't have regrets to certain things. Like certain things in life, like a lot of us regret it, and like there's a lot of stuff that I truly like regret, and I don't even want to talk about with people. I don't like bringing it up with people, like any of that. Like I know for a fact like I'm not the only person out here who feels that way. Like a lot of us are going through some stuff, and there's a lot of us, we do some things and like we regret that shit. But at the end of the day, like you just can't have any regrets. Why? Is because like it's the same thing as like what I was explaining last week. Like you just cannot like quit on yourself. Doesn't matter the situation. It doesn't matter if you did something bad like the day before. Like as men and women, but as men, like you gotta take criticism like a grain of salt. Like you can't always like listen to people, listen to their BS, or like listen to their stories, or like listen to the negative shit that they're always saying to you all the time. Like a lot of people, they talk shit. A lot of people don't want to see you talking to this person. A lot of people don't want to see you succeed. Like a lot of us have regrets, and like a lot of us just have regrets. Like we feel sorry for ourselves for doing things that we shouldn't have done. Like, and I deal with that on a daily basis, like every day. Like I'm always like I'm the type of guy, and I'm pretty sure if there are people out there, but I'm just the type of guy, man, that like I'm always in my head. Like I'm not thinking about anything else. Like whatever I did or whatever is happening to me, like I'm just upset, and I'm mad about it. It's just making me upset. So it's like understanding that like you just gotta have a heart of just steel. Understanding like you cannot have any regrets. Like you just can't be upset about anything, like because that thing at the end of the day is just gonna drain your energy out. It's gonna drain you out, make you look like a little, when SpongeBob was in that one episode when he got like drained out of it being the sponge. Like he got soaked, all the water got soaked out of him, because it's the same way. Like you just cannot have regrets about any type of situation that's going on in your life. Having regrets and having doubt and self-doubt honestly will not get you any fucking where. And I've started to realize that within the past week. Like, not being scared, like, and having, like, this relentless ass heart. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all have fucking feelings. Like, we have things in our life that needs to be taken care of. We have things in our life that we don't want to talk about. We have things in our life that we regret. And we know for a fact that we shouldn't have did it either in the past or the day before or maybe 2 days before. Like everybody deals with it on a daily basis. But like as long as you wake up with that fucking significant gratitude of thinking like I know I was probably drunk last night. I made myself embarrassed. But tomorrow is a new day. If people want to talk about me, if people want to talk down on my downfall, if people want to sit there and bring up my past life or bring up the situation that I did yesterday, who gives a, you know what I'm saying? Who cares? As long as you're doing stuff that makes you happy and you're not out here like embarrassing yourself and make yourself look like a whole entire idiot, then don't worry about shit. Like, don't worry about the regrets. Don't worry about the past day. Don't worry about what you did today, maybe 2 hours ago. Better yourself from that situation. Understand that I need to have no regrets and I need to work my ass off and realize that I need to have a heart of steel and push through whatever past life I've had and sit here and realize like how far I've came as a person. Like, truly, me, myself, and I've came a very long way from where I was months ago. Maybe almost like close to like a year ago. Like, I've came a long way. But I've never actually like sat down and told myself and made myself realize how far I've came as a person and how far I've came with the things that I'm doing, such as my podcast or my gaming team or anything like that. Like, because I'm always sitting here telling myself that I have all these regrets, like all these things that I've done in the past, like all these mistakes that I've done, like talking to people wrong, making wrong business decisions, like doing things the wrong way. I always think about that. It's like the one thing that's on my mind every single day. But I've came to the conclusion now, man, that like I cannot keep reminiscing about things that I regret. I cannot keep reminiscing about things in the past. I cannot go back. We don't have a time machine, and from the looks of it, it doesn't look like they're gonna make a time machine no time soon. So it's like improving yourself and improving whatever you were back then or regrets that you have back then. Now you know that you should not be doing that again. I always talk about this. I always preach about this. Like, once you are in the process, because they always say, what's the saying? After 21 days, you're supposed to be cleansed from whatever thing that you're doing. So like I said, man, like in the podcast I've made, episode like 40 or something like that. I cannot remember. But like I was saying, like, give yourself time to appreciate your hard work. Give yourself time to appreciate the work that you've been putting in and understand that I'm a way better person than all the things that I regret. You know what I'm saying? I know people regret me and I know I regret myself, but I'm past that. You know, I'm over that. I can't keep sitting over here being mopey, sad, and upset with myself because of the things that I know for a fact I did in the past. Like, as long as you know that you're waking up and you're not recreating the same habits that you were doing before and feeling this guilt and feeling this regret at the fact that you're like doing something better, because at the end of the day, that's another saying, like, a lot of us are doing things right now that we've probably either never done, or a lot of us are doing like something for our business that is probably like an all-time high right now. But it's just like maintaining that energy, maintaining that drive and stuff like that, and always remembering what your end goal is and not what your past goal was. You know what I mean? So it's tough, and it's a very hard topic to even talk about because a lot of us deal with this stuff. A lot of us have regrets. Like, a lot of us have so many fucking regrets, like we can count them on our fingers. Like, but understanding though, I cannot use my regrets though. Like in the last podcast, I said using your pain to fuel yourself. That's different. Like, you're hurting inside. So it's like, in order for you to get over that, you need to use that pain to push through. It's just like if somebody was, you know, if somebody was holding you down or somebody had you handcuffed and there's like this way that you can get out. If the rope or anything is tight on you, you're going to be in pain. But you got to fight through that pain to get yourself out of this situation. Like, you got to fight through to break the handcuffs or whatever it is. You got to break through. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. It's going to sting. It's going to burn. It's going to hurt. You might even break a bone. But today, you just know you got to get out of there. You're going to fight through the pain and get out of there. Now, it's the same thing with having regrets. Like, if you know, I'm going to give y'all an example. If you know you had sex last night with a girl, once you left with the girl, you left, you went home, you sat down, and you're probably thinking like, why in the fuck did I have sex with this girl? Or why in the fuck did I spend this much money? Or like, why am I doing this? Or why am I doing that? It's because you're regretting the situation. But don't have any regrets. that first thought, that first instinct that you have in your head should be like, okay, bet. I know what happened last time. I'm not going to put myself in this situation again. So it's like understanding that first thought before you even try to think of having a regret is like, you got to remember, like, you are for who you are. Your actions are who you are. Whatever you do is based on your decision. So understanding that whatever that first thought that comes in your head and realizing like, okay, bet, I'm going to go with this and not let my bitch voice or let my other past regrets fuck me up right now, because a lot of us deal with that. Like I said, like I gave you guys an example. There's a lot of us who have sex with people and we regret it because that's not what we wanted. But if you would have made a better decision before you even went to that girl's house or ever hit her up and not let your dick do all the talking or not let all your pussy do all the talking, you wouldn't even be in that situation. So as long as we understand that having a clear thought before we actually take into action, that would help us not having any regrets about ourselves or having regrets about whatever situation it is. So understanding, like I said, that they always say there's 21 days to make yourself basically change. Like your whatever habit that you have for 21 days, it's supposed to go away. I talked about this in the podcast before. I literally made a whole entire episode talking about giving yourself 30 days. Yeah, just a little 10 extra days. I mean, yeah, like 10 to not 11 extra days, but like you're giving yourself that time. So now when you do want to go think with your dick, you're going to be more smarter about it. You're not going to have any regrets about the girl you have sex with. You're going to wake up feeling like, I am that man and nobody is going to be able to tell me what to do because I don't have any more regrets. I don't regret anything that I've done. But you got to understand though, like I'm saying, if you're going to end up changing your mindset and being like, okay, bet, I'm not going to regret anything, then that means that you need to get your mind situated to make better decisions, to make that first instinct, that first little action that you do be better than it was the last time. And I'm understanding that stuff right now as we speak. Like, as I'm talking about this, I am like realizing now, like, I spend too much time in my feelings regretting things and thinking about the past, and I cannot change any of this stuff. And there's this saying, and I'm pretty sure everybody named Mama do, you cannot control the uncontrollable. You just can't. Like, it's impossible. Like, it's impossible. Like, if you get a flat tire on the side of the road, you don't have a spare tire, you don't have anything to take the tire off, that literally is out of your control. Like, yeah, you can call AAA or somebody like that, but you still got to wait for them to get there. So it's like, being upset and beating yourself up about something that you can't even control is pointless. You're putting too much time and energy into something that you cannot control. And I'm very, very horrible with that. Like, I'm very horrible with trying to control something that I have no idea what it's about or have no idea that I don't have no control over it. So I can't control it. And a lot of us deal with that. Like, you just cannot control the controllable. It's crazy. So, like I was saying, like, understanding now that I've broke it down in that way, understanding that your regrets and your past don't mean shit. A lot of us be like, and a lot of people are like, well, maybe you should think about your past. Maybe you were a better person back then and now you're just terrible now. Or maybe you were a bad person back then. And I mean, maybe you were a good person back then and now you're just bad now. Or maybe you were a bad person back then and now you're good now. But like, people like to dwell on the past and people like to dwell on their regrets. And like, it sometimes gets completely annoying. And I don't know if I'm the only person out here who actually deals with that. Actually deal with like being in their head all day and like just think about stuff that you shouldn't be thinking about. Like, it's to me, honestly, it's starting to get annoying. And like, I've never been that person to always talk to people about things that I'm going through, but like, lately it's been helping me out. Like, and lately telling myself like, okay, bro, you're kind of being annoying right now. Let's just stop the BS. Like, let's get up. Like you know, you gotta go wash clothes. Like, you know, you need to wash dishes. Like, sitting there reminiscing about regrets and thinking about like the past shit is like, it's annoying. Like, I'm starting to get very annoyed with myself because I know deep down in my heart I am a better person than what I was 2 years ago. And deep down in my heart, I know that I've done a lot of crazy stuff and I've done a lot of stuff that I regret. But now, truly deep down, I know that like I'm turning over a milestone and I'm turning over a stone, and you should be thinking the same way as well. Like a lot of us are doing pretty decent for ourselves. A lot of us are attending school now. A lot of us are getting new cars. A lot of us are getting new homes. A lot of us are getting new relationships. So it's like take advantage of that situation. Don't think about the past. Don't think about your regrets. Don't think about shit. Literally move on with the situation and continue going with it. Like it's just that simple. Like I need to start understanding that. Everybody who's listening and watching to understand, like, move on from the situation and just continue going. Like that's pretty much it. That's how you sum up that situation. Like not being in your head 24/7 a day, or making yourself be busy all the time, so that way you're not in your head if you have trouble not like being in your head. Like sooner or later people are gonna have to start realizing that you're more important than whatever it is that you're like going through. Like a lot, I know there's a nowadays and age, since the whole like COVID started, a lot of people have been having like issues with like self-awareness and issues with like being comfortable with themselves, and like it's just a lot of like crazy stuff that's been going on. Like there's a lot of people who are going through something, and as long as we know for a fact that like we are improving each and every day and like doing what we got to do. Like a lot of us don't like talking about our situations, but if you do talk about it and you improving from that, and you know like what you got to do, but like you just haven't put in the work in yet, but you know what work you got to put in. Like at the end of the day, everybody's gonna make it, and at the end of the day, you will know who's not gonna make it, who isn't gonna make it. Like who actually putting in the work and staying consistent, but who isn't. But like it's just you can't have any regrets with yourself. Be positive with yourself and understand that you are the best thing that has ever landed foot on earth. Like I mean, yeah, if you believe in God and stuff like that, but that's just the way you got to think with yourself. Because where we are in life, there's a lot of stuff that brings our energy down. Doesn't matter if it's drugs, alcohol, whatever, TV, or just the life in general. But like a lot of us have this energy where we wake up like this, and then some stupid thought or some stupid decision that somebody made, or something somebody told you, we end up going like this. But like I said in the beginning, having a fucking heart of steel and pushing through whatever it is, whatever bullshit it is, do it, because no one else is gonna do it for you. You're the only person that's gonna do it for yourself. And as I'm speaking of that situation, having the heart of steel is basically the same thing as what the second topic is. It's like I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about it. Like it's the same exact thing. Like speaking your own truth is the second topic for people out there who's, you know, for anyway. But speaking your own truth, and what I mean by that is, it's as simple as I can basically like say the topic, like speak your own truth. And what I mean by that is like not being fucking scared to tell people the truth about something. Like not being scared to tell somebody how you feel. Not being scared to, how many people you know, even at yourself, how many people you know at your job, your boss, or whatever the fuck it is, like whatever's going on, like how many people do you know sit there and run all over you because you don't speak up for yourself? Or if you do speak up for yourself, you don't tell them the truth. You sit there and lie about it because you want that person to feel good, because either you're intimidated, or you don't know how to stand up for yourself, or you don't want to lose your job, or like you just don't want any conflict, like you just don't want no drama. But standing up for yourself and not lying to yourself, but actually speaking the truth to the next person that needs to hear, will 100% get you to where it got to get you to. And I realized that literally yesterday. Like yesterday made me realize, like, I need to start speaking the truth. Like I need to start like telling myself to not let this person beat me up. Not like physically beat me up, but like not let this person like let his words ruin me. Not let this person's actions and the way he do things ruin my mood or anything like that. And if there's something that I need to say, and if there's something I need to do, then I am 100% going to speak that truth. Because at the end of the day, like, as long as I know whatever words are coming out of my mouth and I'm speaking my own truth, then everything's cool. If that other person thinks that you're lying, or thinks that you're just some scumbag, or thinks you're just not shit, who cares? As long as you know you're truthful with yourself, and you're not scared to step up to other people, you're not scared to say whatever's on your mind, you're not scared to handle the situation verbally. And a lot of us don't do that, and I'm number one person who don't do that. Like I would sit there and like let the BS continue, because either one, like I said, I'm scared to speak up. I'm scared to deal with conflict, and I'm scared to basically like deal with drama and stuff, because I'm a chill guy. I don't got time for that. But at the end of the day, like it fucks you up, man. Like it fucks you up really, really bad. Like it messes you up, because a lot of situations that happen in our life could have not happened if we would have spoke up for ourselves, or if we would have not lied to ourselves, or not lied to that person. Like as long as we know, like speaking up for yourself, bro, is gonna help out. A lot of us, we get pushed around like some little rag dolls and not say anything. We're just waiting for that person to say something, or we're waiting for that person to basically do something for us. Like, and it doesn't work like that, and it shouldn't work like that. It shouldn't even be like that. A lot of us, we get pushed around a lot. Like, we don't know how to speak our own truth. We don't know how to tell ourselves the truth about something. Like, if you know for a fact, bro, you're doing something, or somebody is either pissing you off, or like the situation is just not where it needs to be, and you know you can do better from this situation, or like you just know like you're a better person than this, then you need to tell yourself and tell that other person the truth. You need to speak the truth. You need to be about the truth. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, there's a lot of women, there's a lot of men out here who just like, they're just getting always walked on, or they're always getting told what to do. They're always getting like pushed around. There's never no like, I'm gonna put my foot down and make them realize that like I'm speaking the truth, and this is my truth, and this is how I feel about it. Nobody else is gonna change that but you. You live in your own body. Nobody else lives in your body. If there's something that's bothering you, if your boss is pushing you around, you don't like the pay, you don't like the way things are flowing, you don't like shit, you need to speak the truth. And this sits home with me because, like I said, I realized this yesterday. I've came to the conclusion that I don't speak the truth. I don't say anything. I just let it happen. So me realizing now, like, I need to start speaking the truth, and realizing like I'm not the only one who doesn't speak the truth now. Like it's mind blowing to me, because a lot of us don't. A lot of us don't want to say anything. But like, if you're using somebody, I don't even know how to explain it, but like if you're just like using somebody, or somebody's using you, or like you just not comfortable in the situation, bro, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to end it. Because at the end of the day, like I believe in karma, and I'm very big on karma, because karma probably still is fucking with my life. But like I believe in karma, and I believe that like whatever you do, whatever you say, goes into this world, and it doesn't, like if you say something bad, if you say something good, like it goes into this world, and you don't know what's gonna happen to it. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know how that person's gonna treat you. You don't know anything. Like it might be good right now, but like what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Like you starting a new job, like the boss might talk you up, make you feel like you finna be the next richest man at the job, or anything like that. But like, yeah, at the end of the day, like, yeah, okay, cool. You go home, you feeling very confident. But once you actually start seeing how the job is, and you start seeing like the things that they're doing wrong and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like you just let it slide. You just keep letting it, let it slide, let it slide, let it slide. Because like at the end of the day, you have this mindset where it's like, okay, man, I'm cool. I have a secure spot. Like I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm comfortable here. Boom, bam, and wolf ball bat. Like that's just how it is. Like if you see something wrong, you should definitely speak the truth about it. If you see somebody doing something wrong, you should speak the truth about it. Like there might be some consequences that happen at the end of the day, but who cares? You are feeling a lot better than what you were, because you spoke the truth. You know what I'm saying? You told it how it is. Instead of sugarcoating it, you told it how it is. And that's the important part of it, because like I said, if you're trying to better yourself or get bright with you in your mind, you gotta start telling the truth about things, even with yourself, not with other people. Like, yeah, you get taught to not lie and stuff like that, but you have to be truthful with yourself. Like, it doesn't matter if you're trying to stick to the diet, it doesn't matter if you're trying to get in a relationship, it doesn't matter if you are trying to do better by your school. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, like, you just gotta speak the truth with yourself before you can with others. And like, I have a problem with that. Like, I would sit there and tell myself like, nah, don't worry about it today, bro. Nah, she's not gonna get mad about it, bro, or anything like that. Like, that's That's the way I've been thinking for so long, but that's not okay. Like, that's not okay for the other person. That's not okay for even you. So it's like, take care of the matter when it needs to be taken care of. If you don't, then it can either, like I said, it can get worse, or it can get it can get worse. It can get worse. It can get worse. Like, or it could be better, or it could not be. It doesn't. It just depends, like, on you and how that situation evolves for you. So it's just as simple as Jenga, or however you say that thing. I don't know. But like I was saying, man, like, we're this whole podcast and the things I talk about and all the people that actually follow me on this thing, like, every single episode I make is something that I've either been through in my past, or something I've actually been through throughout that week, or something that's just been on my mind. And a lot of people who have noticed with my podcast now, I used to talk about this in the Wolf About Bat, but like, I felt like where I am right now in life, I need to talk about this stuff. I need to preach this message to people that needs to hear this stuff. And actually, a lot of people enjoy what I talk about. I even enjoy what the hell I be talking about when I look back at the videos. So it's like, we're all here to improve ourselves, and we need to understand, like, we gotta give ourselves time, and we gotta give ourselves patience. But within that mix of you trying to give your time and patience, you're gonna have a rough week. You're gonna have a rough day. You're gonna have all this stuff. But like, having family, having friends, having maybe good coworkers, having, your two pets right next to you, whatever it is, like, just know, like, the situation is going to be better. It's always going to be better. It's just up to you to find that light at the end of the tunnel. And it's going to be hard. You're going to have days where you don't want to do it. You're going to have days where you don't want to talk to nobody. You're going to have days where you're just in your feelings. You're going to be sad. It happens. I am that person, and I'm there with you guys. So I truly understand how everybody feels. So that's all I have for today's episode, guys. And I feel extremely more confident than I did when I fucking started this episode, because I always boost myself up, man. But like I said, it's your boy Onte, man, and this is your boy's podcast called Alpha Talk Podcast. Also, I have a big shout out for you guys. I want to give a shout out to Leslie. I want to give a shout out to my auntie for commenting on almost every single video that comes out. And I also want to give a shout out to the Alpha Gaming team. So, if anybody out there that's looking for a gaming team, or anybody looking out there to be a content creator, anybody trying to be a videographer, editor, anybody trying to be a manager, anybody trying to be a team player, have good confidence and not bullshit, you can join my gaming team, Alpha Gaming Team. If you are looking for a team, or if you're looking for anything, please join me. You can send me a message on Instagram at Alpha Gaming Team _, and I will reply as quick as possible to get you situated so we can talk about numbers and do our thing. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys who's watching on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you guys who's watching on Facebook Live for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and comment. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you guys next week in the next episode, because I got some good stuff that I'm going to talk about next week. And it just happened today, but I'm going to talk about it next week, because I want all the information to fall into place. So, next week's episode is going to be fucking amazing. I got some stuff that I'm going to actually take the time and to talk about with you guys, because I haven't talked about this situation in probably months from now, because it disappeared. It disappeared, but now it's coming back into play. But I got something good for you guys next week. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for always supporting me and being there for your boy. I am out, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 47. Peace.